West Ham 0, Everton 1. We've just lost, and it's very disappointing. Very disappointing performance from the lads in one of our biggest games of the season. One of our 4 cup finals. We failed to turn up, and Everton have come to our place, and they have beaten us 1-0 like we did in a reverse fixture early on. Everton have been one of those teams this season where they've been a lot better away from home and dropped a lot of points at home. We're going to break down why we lost this game, why Everton won, apart from the obvious that Everton obviously scored a goal and West Ham didn't. We're going to break it down because whilst we didn't turn up, our attacking players didn't turn up. We were getting on the ball, but there were simple passes. Everton were very, very defensively solid, and they frustrated our attacking players. But the players worked hard. We have to drum it in, guys, that yes, we have lost, and our European dream in terms of getting the Champions League is over. But our European dream in terms of getting the Europa League is still still alive. You know, if we win our final 3 games, which is gonna be tough. Thankfully, they're against teams that we're expected to beat, or probably against teams that have got nothing to play for. West Brom will probably be relegated by the time we play them. Brighton are pretty much mathematically safe, and the same with Southampton. So there's still a lot to play for in the season, because even Europa League football is not done and dusted. Now let's break this down, because it was a very disappointing performance by West Ham, and it was a lot like, you know, the Everton's performance today was a lot like some of the performances we have inflicted on opposing teams. Everton sat back, not part of the bus, but they were very good encounters, and we're going to break down where the areas that they really exposed us very, very well. We'll start with Pickford, of course. You know, Everton threw a curveball. They played 3 at the back. We wasn't really expecting 3 at the back. They brought in Yerry Mina, and with the 3 at the back, with Keane, Mina and Godfrey, they nullified the threat of Antonio in terms of his physicality. We know what Antonio brings to West Ham. He runs the channels. He likes the ball played to his feet or his chest. But Yerry Mina, Godfrey and Keane were very, very good today against Antonio, and Antonio couldn't really get into the game. But Everton, with the kicking ability of Pickford, he is someone that can play this ball short from a goal kick, or he can play a direct ball. And with them coming out as a 3-5-2, what it enabled Pickford to do is play long balls up to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And looking back at this game, you know, we speak about, you know, if Declan Rice was fit, you start him. Antonio's fit, you start him. He's our best striker. Rice is our best central midfielder. Ogbonna, if he's fit enough to be on the bench, for me, I would start Ogbonna, because he is our best defender, and he has been our best defender this season. And if you throw back your minds to the Everton game, you know, at Goodison Park, how good was Angelo Ogbonna in that game, winning headers from corners, winning headers from set pieces, from free kicks. He was immense in that game. And what actually happened is they dragged off Dominic Calvert-Lewin in 60 minutes because he couldn't get into a game, because Ogbonna had his number in the air. And what actually happened was that when Dominic Calvert-Lewin realised that, yeah, you know what, I've got the number on Diop and Dawson here, you know, I'm going to win 90% of my aerial duels. What happened was Pickford started playing long, sucked us in terms of, you know, we're expecting maybe the short pass to the centre-back and they'll play out, because Everton do have that ability with some of the players they've got in their team, like Sigurdsson, who can drop deep and receive the ball and then play out to the fullbacks. But he sucked us in, and they just kept launching it to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who was winning the flick on, and then Richarlison, he was attacking these channels here every single time. We couldn't live with him. We could not live with Richarlison's movement. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin today won absolutely everything in the air. And Pickford realised this. Dominic Calvert-Lewin realised this. And only if we had Ogbonna on the pitch, then maybe we could have nullified that threat in terms of stopping that direct ball from Pickford to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who then flicked the ball on, and then Richarlison's running these channels to win the second phase. And we just couldn't get to grips. Now let's break down the Everton goal, because obviously I've seen a lot of people say it's Diop's fault, it's Dawson's fault, right? And just you know, putting all the blame on one person. Now, it's both of their fault. It's both players have got to take blame. Now, the first mistake, because there's 2 mistakes here. There's 2 mistakes in this passage of play. The first one, Diop. When Richarlison comes over here and he drops deeper, he either does one of 2 things. He tells Cresswell, right, Cresswell, come and sit a little bit more narrow, okay? and look after Richarlison, or he tells Lanzini before he got injured, who was having a very, very good game, by the way. He was getting stuck into challenges. He wasn't as effective as he was in the Burnley game, but he was putting himself about. And for someone who's a small player, right, he's not exactly a massive guy. He's putting himself about in terms of challenges. And Lanzini really looked like he was enjoying his football in the early stages of the game. But Diop either tells Cresswell, right, Carousel, come inside, narrow the pitch a little bit, or he tells Lanzini, right shoulder, Richarlison's behind you, just monitor him. But what he does, he follows the run of Richarlison. He follows the run of Richarlison, which is what Richarlison wanted. Richarlison wanted Diop to follow his run where Richarlison drops deep. And as you can see, it just leaves a massive piece of space here. Massive gap. And Godfrey, I think it was Godfrey who had the ball. He's here on about the halfway line. He just plays a simple ball. And Dawson. Now, when Dawson should realise the fact that as Diop has gone over and he's actually gone and engaged with Richarlison, Dawson should be like, right, I've got to be on the cover here. And Soufal should tuck in. And it should be something like that. Because if that ball's played sort of down this channel, he's probably got a much greater chance of, cutting this ball out. But what he does, he's just sort of a bit static. And Calvert-Lewin is a lot faster than Dawson. And the ball's played in. Calvert-Lewin sticks it past Fabianski for 1-0. And there were the two mistakes. Dawson, when it comes to trying to, defend against players who are who are quicker than you, one of the first things you want to try and do is don't get too tight. Because if they get too tight, which Dawson kind of does, they roll you. And that's exactly what Dominic Calvert-Lewin did. He rolled him. The ball was on his side. He rolled him and he's through 1-on-1. As soon as he got past Dawson, there was no chance Dawson just probably had to drop off maybe 5 yards and sort of make this a 1v1 situation where Dawson is sort of standing up Calvert-Lewin on the edge of our box. But where he's running side to side, he's got absolutely no chance and Dominic Calvert-Lewin puts it in. Now, let's analyse West Ham because, Everton were very, very good today. And we'll talk about the ref because, the ref was very frustrating because, the amount of times that Davis and Allen in that game, I'm not going to put all the blame on the ref because the referee was probably the least of our problems. He didn't really directly impact the game in terms of giving a penalty that wasn't a penalty. But Davis and Allen, especially in the first half, especially Davis, got away with absolutely murder. They were stopping our counter-attacks. They were doing niggling fouls. And Davis cropped up with about 2 or 3 fouls or 4 fouls in the first half. And once you get to a certain amount, repetitive foul play, it's a yellow card. It's a mandatory yellow card. And what happened was the very first time that Souček makes a tackle in the second half, he's been given a yellow card. So I do think the ref today let Davis and Allen get absolutely away with murder in terms of fouls. But Allen was very, very good today. Allen got man of the match by Sky Sports and he was probably their man of the match because he was very, very good. What we saw was that he was very compact. Sigurdsson, who was sort of playing as a number 10 behind Richarlison when pushing forward, but he also dropped in and made it a 3-man midfield. He would be the wider one of the 3. Allen was the central one, being sort of CDM. Davis on one side of the 3 and Sigurdsson on the other. And that's how they approached the game. They were very, very good in terms of stopping the ball when Lanzini had the ball or when Fornals played deeper in the second half. And I thought Lanzini and Fornals were our best players today. Ben Rama couldn't get into the game and he had a massive chance in the first half where if he scores that from 6 yards, and it's a difficult chance, the ball's coming to him, he's got to do a diving header and he's just put it over the bar. But realistically, he's had so much time to analyse, should he take a touch, should he hit it on the volley, should he do a diving header? He's gone with a diving header approach. It didn't work out. He should have scored. If he scores that, it's 1-1 just before half time. We've got the momentum. We might go on and kick on and we possibly get a win, but at least get a point more than likely. But with the midfield 3 of Davis, Allen, Sigurdsson, they stopped Lingard getting on the ball. And if you saw in the second half, Lingard was trying to start attacks from here. You see Souček being bombing on. You see Fornals sort of bombing on as well. But Lingard was trying to pick up the ball on the halfway line because he couldn't get the ball in these kind of areas, in the half spaces, in between sort of the midfielders, in between the midfielders and the wing backs. And Everton were very, very good at that. Both midfielders and all 3 midfielders were very good at stopping our creative players. And you know what? the players worked hard. You know, you saw the second half, it was relentless pressure. As soon as the ball was lost, we were pressuring them, trying to win the ball back. There was eagerness. But, you know, we just weren't good enough today. The first half, we didn't turn up. We worked hard, but we just didn't turn up. Everton were first to the ball. They were they were up for it, because Everton were in a position today where if they beat us, they still had a game in hand. And then if they win their game in hand, I think they were level on points or they jump above us. So it was a huge game for Everton today, in terms of that they potentially can still make the Champions League due to the amount of games they've played. Obviously, we've got a lot of injuries. Cresswell getting injured. Fredericks come on. Yarmolenko, when he come on, you know, Moyes changed it where Fredericks was on the right-hand side. Yes, I'm selecting Soufal, but Yarmolenko come on to allow an overlap. But Yarmolenko, when he come on, he was absolutely dreadful, and you can see why he's hardly played. Yes, he has been injured, but when he sort of come back from injury, you know, he's hardly played. Ben Rama couldn't get into the game, and Lingard couldn't get into the game. Our best players were the two deepest players when Lanzini was on the pitch, and Fornals. I thought Fornals was very good. He created that chance for Soufal on the other side of the pitch, in the right back spot, and he hits the post. It was so frustrating, because whilst, you know, it's the biggest game of our season in terms of getting into the Champions League, you know, the work rate was there, but we just weren't good enough. We could have played for 10 hours. We were not scoring today. You know, Pickford, I don't even think makes a save in that game. And that's a credit to Everton, because they've done a job on us today. Like we have done a job on many teams where we sit back, soak up pressure, hit teams on a counter-attack. You know, if it weren't for a fantastic saving tackle from Lingard in the second half to deny Coleman, we could have lost this game 2-0 on the counter-attack. But yes, the Champions League has gone. Whilst mathematically it hasn't gone, but realistically it has gone. We now have got to win, you know, the last 3 games to cement European football and Europa League. Because whilst Europa League isn't the Champions League, you see the teams that are in Europa League. You know, Villarreal are a big club in Spain. AC Milan, you know, Manchester United, you know, have been in Europa League. You know, Roma. There's some huge clubs still in Europa League, and this will benefit West Ham in terms of growing this team, in terms of building our reputation in world football. So yeah, it's very disappointing in terms of we didn't have that bite. We didn't in the final third. You know, we had loads of build-up play, especially in the second half. But when it comes to the final third, Everton were very good defensively and nullifying our key threats. Lingard, Antonio, you know, Ben Rama couldn't get in the game. Bowen couldn't get in the game when he come on. And Everton were just very, very good defensively. It was just one of those days. As I said, we could have been there for 10 hours. We were just not scoring, unfortunately. Guys, hit the subscribe button for more West Ham videos. I'll catch you next time. See you later.